According to David Pogue, technology changes lives and makes things easier for people. You're welcome to the Pioneer STEM Show, and thank you for keeping a date with us again on today's show. My name is Choma Omolaye, and with me as always is
David Adeosun.
Remember, if you want to be a guest on the Pioneer STEM Show, you know just what to do. And you might want to tell them about our guest today.
Yes, today we have Salim Oyinlola in the building, and he is an electrical and electronics engineering student of the University of Lagos.
Unilag.
Yes, Unilag. Incredibly smart guy. I had a little chat with him.
Yeah.
He has an amazing idea that he has worked on, a machine learning web app, I believe, for agriculture to make agriculture more effective, cost effective. And we'll hear about all of that and how he came up with this idea and how it works on this show.
Absolutely, to make agriculture more effective and, of course, more accessible. You know, it gives me butterflies in my belly to see these young people actually have a passion to solve our indigent problems.
Yes.
I mean, it's really applauding, and that's why on the Pioneer STEM Show we don't take it lightly. As soon as we identify you, we are already inviting you. This is still the Pioneer STEM Show. When we return, we'll have our guest Salim Oyinlola join us on set. Stay with us and learn.
This is the Pioneer STEM Show, and we have Salim in the building. You've done so much, and you're working on a lot.
Thank you so much.
Yes. So I would love to hear your journey, how you came to working on this project. You're studying electrical engineering, correct?
Yes, I am, yeah.
What was the transition like from electrical engineering to doing something computer science related?
To be honest, yeah, it starts with ASU strike.
Okay.
Right, yeah. You know, as students of public universities, we have this ECSN strike every now and then.
True.
I think we've had like two major ones in my stay in university. We had 8 months and about 10 months. And in that time, you find yourself, I mean, I still have this passion to innovate. And although I'm not schooling right now, I want to do things. So there's this frenzy, especially in the University of Lagos, where many people make that transition from engineering to quote unquote tech, right? And tech is such, you know, many of us have laptops already.
True.
And we have reasonable access to internet. So it's a field that's easy for you to be self-taught in. So we just make that transition. So during your holidays, you start with YouTube tutorials, you take courses online, and before you know what's doing, you just find a niche for yourself. So whether it's back-end engineering, it's front-end engineering. For me, it was machine learning engineering. And the funny thing about me picking machine learning engineering is wasn't looking back, I just picked machine learning engineering because it seemed like, oh, you're trying to automate things. And I'm not proud of it, but I think I'm lazy. So if I can automate this process, I mean, let's have at it now.
Yeah.
So that was my logic behind So the logic behind me moving from engineering to tech or computer science, as you have it, was just because I had so much time on my hands and I wanted to do things. So that's why I started just learning these things, writing code. I think I started with Python. So as I made that transition. Now the transition to then machine learning was just because I was lazy. And I enjoyed the idea of if I can, every single time I can automate a process, I want to do that. So that was just a process. And then I started machine learning. And then I think, funny thing about this as well,
yeah.
Unlike most people in the tech ecosystem or most students in the tech ecosystem, most students already have a path, then they have an internship. With mine, it was unconventional in the sense that I had an internship. And I remember the very first call when we started the internship was when they asked me, what do I do? And that was just on the call. I don't do anything, right? And I had a call with the CTO of the company. He asked that we have a private conversation afterwards. And then he asked between the two meetings, I just quickly looked it up. What can I do as an electrical engineering student in the computer science space? And machine learning came up. I just told him machine learning. And it was a 4-month internship. And I didn't really get to do anything in terms of pushing code. All I did was just learning. And that was extremely important. Looking back, I just learned the organization where they were kind enough to sponsor my learning phase, helping me get courses and all of that. So this is just me. Perhaps I could give a shout out to the company. So it's Chep Labs and the two founders. At the point they just graduated from Federal University of Technology, Akure, Futa. So that's Olalekan Taufik and Mr. Alayode Abdulwahid. So I mean, they took a bet on this random 16, 17-year-old. And right now, I've been able to build something like this.
Amazing. I had no idea what coding was and came for
I had no
internship.
idea. I mean, I could literally just, I think at the point I could write hello world in Python, but that was it. And then
I feel like everyone can write hello world in Python. But yeah, so I'm curious to know, have you found a way to combine electrical engineering and your coding as well? Because are you going to make it mutually exclusive? So you're doing this for this, you're doing that for that, or you're combining both in your endeavor?
Oh, I think that's where IoT comes in place.
Yes.
Right, yeah. So I reckon it was like 2 years ago. Then I found about IoT. Like I realized, well, what I can do with IoT. That okay, I can actually combine these electrical things with what I can do by writing code. And then also it still goes back to automating processes. So and I'm lazy again. So let's have both of them
I wouldn't say
combined.
lazy. I would say you want an easy way out. Save time.
Definitely.
So I wouldn't say lazy.
Okay.
So it's fantastic.
Yeah, right. So I'm like, okay, let's do that. And then I think I won an hackathon, a speech to text hackathon at the point, and I was able to raise a little bit of money, and then I invested that money in getting Arduino kits. So it was just last year actually. So during the presidential elections, we were sent home by the University of Lagos for about 4 weeks because of the whole election.
Yes.
And I spent those 4 weeks just was always me. I'll wake up in the morning, do my house chores, and immediately I'm done with that, I'll pick up my Arduino kits and just try things. I just kept trying different, and like it was just a kid that that's passion for like innovating, for having innovations, and it's Arduino kits every single day. I'll just try different things, and after 4 weeks, I think I was really happy with my progress. So for me, IoT was me just finding that point where my course of study being electrical and electrics engineering merged with my quote unquote computer science knowledge. So with IoT, just being able to write code to program microcontrollers to do things I can actually see.
Yes.
That was fantastic for me.
Amazing. Do you think this whole transition, you hear people saying from law, I'm transitioning to tech. Everybody is transitioning to tech. Everyone wants to be a tech person.
Right, yeah?
Do you think it's a trend?
I think it
is. It is right now.
I think it is, yeah. Like, and it's easy because it's like what drives trend is when you see someone do it successfully.
True.
So I see this person does it. I mean, why not try it? And I talk to the person guides me through. So I think tech is it's an amazing field in the sense that you don't need so much to get started.
True.
A laptop, internet access, and dedication, that's all you need.
A phone. I know a friend that started learning code. Now he earns in dollars. He started using his phone.
So like it's just basically having the things we play with, internet access and dedication, and then you then start working or perhaps start providing solutions, and like people pay you for providing that value. So like,
now you're doing such a flex to be like, I have a machine learning app, web app. It's amazing.
Thank you so much.
So even at this level, I mean, you said you started when? A couple years back, right?
During the pandemic.
Amazing. What's your wildest dream? Please don't say going to Canada. There's more to that. There's more to life than...
Right. I think for me, I'm also learning. I recently learned this. Apparently, I didn't know this, but then we have things we call engineering problems.
Okay.
And then we have research problems. So fundamentally, engineering problems are problems that exist, but then the available resource or the available solutions, it's just about you combining things that exist already to then solve that problem. That's engineering problems.
Okay.
But then with research problems, it's finding solutions to problems that the solutions don't exist already, doing things that's not been done before. So I think although right now I'm trying to solve engineering problems, in the long term, I would like to solve research problems. So in the long term, I think I would like to have some sort of quote unquote research lab that'll be really focused on embedded systems and machine learning. So think of it as an AI and robotics laboratory where young minds, and this stems from what I think I would have loved to have in my journey. So just a bunch of young minds come in, and then you're free to build whatever it is you want to build. Just having that set up.
I hope you allow young people that know nothing about coding to intern as well.
I mean, I got the opportunity.
Exactly.
So I think that.
So you should have a place for people that know nothing about...
nothing. We don't need anything, like there's no prerequisite knowledge coming in, just nothing. And then you build from scratch, and then, because I got the opportunity, so why deny another person? If I can have another person have the opportunity, I think I would love to have that actually.
Honestly, this is incredible. I'm educated. Thank you for coming on the show.
Thanks so much for having me.
You're welcome. You're watching the Pioneer STEM Show. We'll be right back.